Hereabouts. Just a little way ahead. I was starting to shake him along for the steak bench. Here, get up. And we come round the next corner there, plenty of ginger, and there he was, large as life, standing in the middle of the road with a shotgun, looking for all the world as if...
Making such good time this week, Mr. Thompson, or had it slipped your mind we had an appointment? Ladies and gentlemen, there's no cause for alarm. None whatsoever. I carried this old fowling piece simply and purely as protection against the ruffians to be found on this road. Trooper, police, and the like. Mr. Thompson, you will recall last week my parting words to you were, I'll meet you at this identical place 1 week from today. That day last week being Tuesday, and this day this week being Tuesday also. Harry Power, as ever, good as his word. Ladies and gentlemen, would you kindly step down? Now, you see before you the figure of a poor man with all his worldly possessions. The clothes upon me back, me faithful horse, and me fowling piece. So I'm forced to throw myself upon your Christian charity and philanthropic generosity, and trust you will all come forth with voluntary contributions.
It's a hold-up! It's a hold-up! Harry Power stuck up the coast again! He did it again, just like he said he would, same as last week.
Jack! Jack Lloyd! Jack! Over here. The old mate. Begad, it's good to see you.
Oh, and you too, Harry. What are you doing here?
Why, I'm passing by visiting me old mate, aren't I? The old mate, Jack, who helped me while away all those long years in the dungeons of Pentridge Prison. Like brothers we were. Even looking like brothers, some said. Oh, Jack, you should have broke out with me. Here I've been free as a bird all these months, and you stuck in there finishing your time.
But I'm free now, Harry, and the slate's clean. But you've had every trap in Victoria after you.
And leading them a merry dance I am too. They gotta get up early in the morning to catch old Harry, because Harry's got good mates to help him.
Harry, I can't risk any trouble.
And who's asking you to? Is there some place we could talk? Oh, by the way, Jack, would you have a quid of tobacco on you?
It's not that I don't want to help you. It's just that I've got a wife and family to look after. Look, I've been in jail for 4 years, and they had to struggle on without me.
I know all that, Jack. But what about one of your lads? It's a chance of employment I'm offering. The lad'd be safe as houses. He'd just have to hold the horse while I was working.
Dar, you in there?
In here, lad. Now, there's a Lloyd if ever I saw one. And just the sort of lad I'm looking for.
Tom, this is Mr.
Johnstone. Do you fancy a bit of work with some dash and flash in it, lad?
We got more than enough work around here. You chop that wood yet, Tom?
No, Dar, but I've been cleaning
Go to
out.
it then. Go on.
Never thought I'd ever live to see the day when an old mate would turn on me like that.
That's not the way of it, Harry.
An old friend comes to you with a cry of help. And what does he hear?
You know I'd help you if I could.
I'm not a well man, Jack. I'm suffering from a stricture. It's the work. I'm just not up to it anymore, without help.
Well, there's my sister-in-law's boy, young Ned. He's a fine, strapping lad.
And where would I find him?
And his mother, Ellen. She's got a place up through the gap on the 11 Mile, just below the Bald Hills.
What was his name?
Ned. Ned Kelly.
Got everything except the sugar. Mr. Muller wouldn't give us any more stuff on tick. You reckon we'll have to settle up?
Well, I can't say I blame him. They have to eat too.
But I got the treacle.
Bread and treacle and all's right with the world. Oh, Annie and I can take care of the rest. Would you go and see how Danny and Jim are doing? The cows broke through the fence again.
Righto, Ma. Actually, I told him to charge it all to me rich married sister, Mrs. Annie Gunn.
Oh, get on with you. Oh, Ned, will you have a look at the rest of the fence and make sure it doesn't break out again? And what's this? Oatmeal. This is yours, Annie.
You take it, Ma. There's only the two of us.
We'll get by all right. We always do.
Make a bit of firewood in the fence. Still keep the cows bluff for a while longer.
Unless they jump over it.
Jim, I'll skin you, you stupid young idiot.
Come on, Jim.
Kick your fucking nose,
I wanted you to open the slip rails for me.
Jim, make yourself useful this time and knock down the slip rails. Didn't stay long.
Well, I've got dinner to cook.
Let Alex cook his own dinner sometimes. He'd appreciate you then.
He appreciates me quite well as it is.
Well, you must have some sense then. Wee.
You'll do what you can to help Ma, won't you?
I try, Annie.
I know it's hard. You're the oldest now, not one of the kids anymore, and not one of the grown-ups.
Bye, Annie.
Bye. Good boy, Annie.
Jim's got more than me.
Jim's bigger than you.
That's because you give him more.
You eat what you're given, Danny.
Let the boy have another slice. Perhaps he'll fit into Jim's clothes all the quicker.
Can I have the pickles?
Maggie, don't talk with your mouth full. Just the one slice, thanks, Ned. Gracie, lean across the table like that and you'll end up being served on somebody's plate.
It's all right, Ma. She's still got one foot on the floor.
Would this be the Kelly household?
It is.
Then I have the honor to address Mrs. Kelly.
You have?
And this would be young Ned.
Get on with your dinner. And who would you be?
Now, that's a very good question. I could make all manner of preposterous claims as to my identity. Now, if I were to call myself Harry Power, the notorious bushranger, what would you say?
From what I hear told, Harry Power wouldn't rob a widow and her children. They say he's a friend of the poor.
Oh, and that's God's truth, ma'am, from what I hear too. Actually, and in point of fact, I am a gatherer of contributions from travellers. Those who can afford to pay, of course. I've a business proposition touching you and your son, which we could discuss after the children have finished that very tempting supper.
Would you care to join us for a bite to eat?
Oh, kind, ma'am, kind.
Maggie.
Ma'am, before I eat, could I trouble you for a big dish of warm water?
Maggie?
You've all heard how Harry Power held up the mail coach. But have you heard how the mail coach held up Harry Power? Why, it was running late. On the floor, thank you, my dear. Oh, that's good. By nature, ma'am, I've an iron constitution. But I'm plagued to the depths of misery by the sore affliction of bunions. Oh.
Right now, off to bed, Maggie. Back to bed. Go on.
A splendid repast, ma'am. What more could a man ask? Except, of course, a tiny sip of grog.
I wouldn't refuse a traveller a drink, but being a widow with a family, I can't afford to give it away.
And I wouldn't hear of it. You and the boy join me, of course. Do you take a drink, lad?
That I do, sir.
But can you do without it?
I can.
Good lad. In my line of work, a yearning for grog bring a man and his mates undone. For sooner or later, they bring him out of the bush and into the places where it can be bought. Places where pieces of silver change hands. Oh, I'm not likening your homestead to such a place. For I know you're close kin to Jack Lloyd, a man I'd trust with my own life. And since you're his nephew, I'd be prepared to do the same with you.
What do you want of us, Mr. Power?
I need a lad to work with me. A lad of good wit and capability. And I believe young Ned here to be such a one.
It's a dangerous line of work you follow, Mr. Power.
Oh, it's not for the faint-hearted, I grant you that. But I undertake to protect the boy. It'll only be Harry standing on the stage in the gaslight, while me understudy will be safe behind the curtain.
I need the boy here.
Oh, you've got two strapping young lads left to help. And it's good steady employment I'm offering, with handsome remuneration.
How do you mean?
I mean, the boy'll be bringing home a goodly share of the takings. Coin of the realm. Cash money. So, are you interested?
Go on, Mr. Power.
Your health, ma'am. And you, Ned. Your grandma's paycock. Me trusty lookout. Never a man passes but it shrieks for miles and warns old Harry. You're here, lad. The stronghold of Harry Power. Now see here, lad. I sling my gun in this fashion. Anyone tries to creep up on me while I'm asleep, all I have to do is raise my finger and blow 'em all to kingdom come. Not that I'm one as holds with the indiscriminate use of firearms. Pure bluff, that's the gun's greatest value. Go and take it, lad. You do shoot, lad. Now, that gun has one purpose only. To defend yourself. Or to defend me. But only in the direst of emergencies. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, Mr. Power.
Good lad. Now, call me Harry and go and light a fire with no smoke. Can you do that?
I can try.
I'll teach you things you'd pay guineas to learn. Pay attention to me, Ned, and I will reveal to you every secret of my daring trade. Fill up! We'll trouble you, sir, to hand over your valuables.
I'll deny such thing.
Where's your spirit of charity? You see before you a poor man who scarcely knows where his next meal's coming from.
If you'd sell that shotgun for some good money, instead of waving it around, you'd eat well for many a week.
Lord, you look down upon a humble sinner. But for all that, one who never willingly shed the blood of a fellow man. I call on you to soften the heart of this uncharitable man and unburden me of the temptation to shoot him. Amen. Is not the power of prayer a wondrous thing? The tin sardine is a wondrous innovation for gentlemen of the road when the constabulary are about. Myself now, I would have fancied a haunch of kangaroo roasted on hot coals.
One of me ma's steak and kidney pudding.
Oh, a tempting thought. But gentlemen in our trade must deny themselves the comforts of the kitchen and a fine woman cooking for you. When did your father die, Ned?
3 years ago, down at Avenue.
And your mother brought the whole brood of you up here to the northeast?
We got a lot of aunties and uncles up this way. We had a place at the 15-mile creek, but that burned down and we lost everything. And we moved to Wangaratta. Ma took in washing every day and did dressmaking at night until she had enough money to start paying off the selection. Where we're living now. It's not much of a house, but someday I'll build her a decent place.
Ooh, there's a chill in that wind. A cold wind and trooper police all over the place like a swarm of cockroaches. Ned, you know what we're going to do? Get out of these mountains. Head southwest. Fresh fields and pastures new. With the fruit of autumn ripe for the picking.
Well up.
Three hold-ups in my district in a single day. I don't like it, Sergeant.
I'll share your feelings, Mr. Nicholson. But this Harry Power and his mate are a slippery pair. They've been leading the lads in the northeast to merry dance for months. And now they're doing the same to us round Kyneton.
Aye, it's the same modus operandi, I'll give you that. But is it Power?
All the evidence would support that conclusion, sir.
Even though Power and his accomplice seem almost to be in two places at once.
They are covering a lot of ground, sir.
A Tipperary man, labourer, aged 47, height 5'9", dark hair with greying beard and whiskers, several scars on forehead, nose broken, left fourth finger injured. Do you recognise the man described?
Yes, sir. Harry Power.
No, Sergeant. A man who was serving time in Pentridge when Power escaped. In fact, a close friend of Power's. His name, Jack Lloyd.
You think it's me been doing all those robberies?
That is my opinion, Lloyd. And unless you can prove otherwise, I confidently predict it will be the opinion of a judge and jury. Like me, they will be impressed by the fact that Power's period of feverish activity began the very month that you were released from Pentridge. Furthermore, Power is noted for operating single-handed, whereas after your release, the alleged Power always works with the youth, who answers the description of your own son.
That's not true. Tom's got nothing to do with this.
Do not distress yourself, Jack. No harm will come to the boy if you're telling the truth. It's possible that your son knows nothing about it, but you do. So you must understand my position, Jack, when I say I hold you and Tom responsible until we lay hold of this bushranger and the boy who's helping him.
Begod, a horse is the pinnacle of nature's creation. It grieves me, Ned, to see such handsome creatures held like so many coins in a squatter's money bag. If ever I had a mission in life, I'd say it was to free beauties like these from the squatter's greedy grasp and into the hands of a true fancier. Of course, I wouldn't be above accepting a commission for my efforts. What manner of... Ned, come on. Come on, what's the matter with you? Come on, damn you! Ned! Ned! Come on, damn What happened to you?
I don't know.
You nearly got both of us killed and you don't know?
No.
Then I'll tell you. You were afraid. One bullet past your ear and you show your true colours. You're nothing but a lily-livered, cabbage-hearted milksop a man wouldn't trust with the choking of a rat.
Harry, I'm sorry. I've never been shot at before.
Sorry. Sorrows for sheep.
It'll never happen again.
Oh, that it won't. Get out of my sight. Go on, I never want to clap eyes on you again. There, wait. Give this to your mother. I owe her that much. You, I owe nothing.
Sit down, Lloyd. Sergeant, you'll best remain with us. I'd like you as a witness to what Jack here is going to tell us. You've had plenty of time to consider what I put to you. Now, have you come to a decision?
There's nothing I can tell you, Mr. Nicholson.
Oh, but I think there is, Jack. And I've an idea that this may help. Highway robbery, £500 reward for information leading to the arrest of Harry Power. £500, Jack. It could be yours. Enough to keep a man and his family in comfort for years. Just lay us on to Harry Power. Or do I ask the sergeant here to swear out a warrant for the arrest of your son, Thomas Lloyd?
My son's innocent, I told you.
Then if it's not your boy, whose is it?
Ned!
Hello, Ma.
Oh, Lord, boy, you're cold as a frog. The state you're in. You look like sixpenn'orth, God help us.
I expect I'll feel better when I've had something to eat.
There's some stew in the pot. I'll set it over the coals. And while that's warming, I'll get you some bread. What ails you, Ned? What is it?
Harry got rid of me.
Why ever?
I lost me nerve. Somebody shot at us. Harry said I was every kind of a coward. He'll have nothing more to do with me.
And nor he should. All his fine talk of keeping you from harm and money to burn.
Oh, give us this.
£5. 2 and 3pence.
I reckon it's what was in his pocket. We never seemed to make much.
And look at you. You're near starving. The mighty Harry Power indeed. A miserable, splay-footed old windbag. Nothing but a brown paper bushranger who couldn't even feed himself or his mate.
But he was right, Ma. I could have got us both killed.
Never mind, Neddy. You know, we've all missed you.
Me too. I still wish he would have given me a second chance.
Put it behind you. You're home now. And it's all over.
Danny, you've grown another inch.
Why else I am?
Oh, really? Clever fight, are you? I'll get you in the headlock, boy.
Maggie, come and stir the porridge. And mind you don't let it catch. Oh, Ned, let the child get dressed or she'll be like that half the morning.
Where's me shirt?
It's where you left it when you took it off last night. Now use your eyes.
There's no one else here, sir.
How dare you come breaking into a woman's house like this?
Quiet, madam. Edward Kelly. In accordance with the warrant sworn against you, I place you under arrest on a charge of highway robbery.
Ned, I'm not altogether sure that you appreciate the gravity of your situation. You seem to be feeling a little smug because you were acquitted in the Manala court last week for lack of evidence. But you're here on a separate charge. And you'll stay here until you're convicted. Unless you help us catch Harry Power.
But I can't do that.
Why?
I just can't.
Again, I ask you, why?
Well, if I wasn't Power's mate, I wouldn't know anything, would I?
Hmm?
But if I was his mate, I still couldn't tell you anything, could I?
Why not?
Well, it'd be wrong, wouldn't it? Give away your mate.
Your father was set out here as a convict, wasn't he?
Yes?
And several of your uncles have been in trouble with the law.
Yes?
So it's not surprising that you put forward this idea of honor amongst thieves. For that's all it is. But I can tell you, laddie, there's no such thing. It's all dog eat dog. Put number one first.
I still can't tell you anything.
This boy has appeared before the court 3 times without a particle of evidence being produced against him. I'm reluctant to grant another remand.
If it please your honour, in 1 week the Crown is prepared to bring forward such evidence as, if published now, might defeat the ends of justice.
Has the prisoner any objections to raise?
No, sir.
Very well. Prisoner's remanded in custody for another week.
Oh, had I the flight of a bronze wing, far over the range would I fly, back to the land of me childhood, and there lay me down to die. Wrap me up in me stock whip and blanket and bury me deep down below, where the dingoes and crows won't molest me, in the shade where the cooler bar grows.
Here, Ned, give it a break, lad. Can't you think of something happier?
Oh, 'tis of a wild colonial boy, Ned Kelly was his name. Of poor but honest parents, he was born in Castlemaine.
He's a character, that lad. I suppose I shouldn't say it, sir, but you can't help liking him.
'Tis true, Sergeant. The boy has many good qualities. A pity to see them wasted. When he appears in court tomorrow, I want you to request his discharge. If all goes well, we shall need him no longer.
Yes, sir.
But ask him to remain here until I return from this expedition.
Ask him, sir.
Aye. Give him some jobs to do. A chance to earn a few shillings for 2 or 3 days. I have a plan for the boy.
Good luck, sir.
Luck does not come into it, Sergeant.
I can't tell. It's close to here.
You will not forget, Jack. We've a bargain. Come on.
I'll go no further. I've done my part. You find him now.
Sergeant, let him go. He's so frightened. Power's camp must be damn close.
Smoke.
Right, come on.
Paycock, who are you?
I am Superintendent Nicholson. This is Superintendent Hare.
Poor old Harry. But you had to catch him asleep. I dare say this is some of young Kelly's doing. He turned me in, didn't he?
So, you're a free man again, Ned.
Yes, sir. The sergeant asked the court for me discharge. Give me a couple of days' work.
Well, here's one to keep you busy, lad.
She's had a hard time, I see.
Aye, we both have. We've caught Harry Power.
Is he all right?
Oh, he roared a wee bit when we woke him up, but only his pride was hurt.
I can go then?
You've been discharged by the court, and there's still no concrete evidence against you, so, aye, you can go as soon as you wish. One thing, laddie. I hope you realize you've been lucky up to now.
Yes, sir.
I don't believe your luck will continue if you go back to the sort of life you've been leading. What would you say to a job in a cattle station just over the border in New South Wales? Hard work, but a regular pay and your keep.
That sounds all right.
You could send money home to your mother and make something of yourself. I'll give you a letter to take up there.
I'd have to go home and tell Ma first.
I'd prefer you to go straight up there, Ned. I could write to your mother, tell her about the job, make her see it's a good thing for you.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholson. But I'd have to tell her myself. Say goodbye.
Aye.
If you feel well enough to go to bed, Neddy could tell you a story.
Ma, I've something to tell you. Mr. Nicholson at Kyneton. Reckon he can get me a good job. Up in New South Wales. He'd give me this letter to the boss.
Why did you wait till now to tell me?
Seemed a good time.
New South Wales.
I'll send you money, regular.
It's too far away, Ned. I need you here to help.
But the money.
And what would people say? You running off to New South Wales just after Harry Power's court? They'd say you give him in.
That's not true. I told them nothing.
And all of us left here to fend for ourselves. Ah, well. I suppose we're used to it.
Constable Hall.
Yes, sir?
Would that be young Kelly who rode past a moment ago?
That was him, sir.
He's cutting it pretty flash these days.
More side than a billiard ball, sir.
I've lost track of the lad since I've been in Melbourne. Has he stayed out of trouble?
Not likely, sir.
Oh, what's he been up to?
He's just done 5 months in Beechworth, sir. Matter of fact, sir, I arrested him and received a £2 reward, sir.
What was the charge?
Violent assault and sending an indecent letter to a female.
That hardly sounds like young Kelly.
Well, between the two of us, I suspect he didn't actually know what was in the letter, but he delivered it. The lady's husband took to him, and Kelly gave him what for.
What's his employment?
Horses, sir. He breaks horses, buys and sells them.
Legitimately?
Put it this way, I haven't caught him yet. But they're all horse thieves. Uncles, cousins, the lot.
Well, keep a close watch on him, Constable.
I promise you, sir, he will not run long.
Get out of here, you damn young ruffian! Treating my house like a prize ring!
Wait, massas! Will ya? Jimmy Quinn! I give you a lathering fair and square, and you owe me a £1.
Ah, a fine time to arrive. Your uncle and this article turned up here drunk as a pair of newts and slashing and fighting all over my parlour. Oh, get up, Jimmy. This one's lost his horse. In the name of heaven, help him find it so I can go home.
But he owes me a £1.
Well, he won't be paying it to you. Well, get off. Oh, go on, Ned. Get him out of here.
Come on, we better do as she says. I'm Ned Kelly.
My name's Isaiah Wright, but most people call me Wild.
Man first, dogs last.
I don't want any more trouble from you, Wild.
And who wants trouble? All I'm after is a bit of elbow room and a drink for myself and me darling mate here. What'll it be, Ned?
Ginger beer and a dash of brandy.
I'll have the same. But you could leave out the ginger beer. Well, I've heard a lot about you. From your sister.
Annie.
Alex is a mate of mine. I reckon you were lucky. Harry Power, he got 15 years. You could have went along with him.
I suppose I was lucky.
He's more luck then.
About this horse of yours.
Ah, Ned, you should see her. A beauty she is. Me and Alex have been looking for her all day. Well, until we run into your Uncle Jimmy. Tell you what, Ned. I should be heading home tonight. What say you lend me one of your prads, eh? And when you find mine, mare, well, stick to her till I bring yours back.
Sure.
You're a darling lad, Ned. You can't miss her. She's a chestnut, white-faced, duck-tailed, branded M in a circle. As plain as the hands of the town clock. A most remarkable horse.
Well, come on, tell us. What's the big occasion?
Oh, nothing. I'm just going into town. I found Wild's horse. So I thought I'd try her out.
Well, you're doing her proud. I hope she's impressed.
Would there be anything I could get you in town, Annie, like some baby clouts or some more clothes pegs?
And who told you?
You just did. Fancy me, an uncle.
There's some papers inside you need to sign. Receipts from the Beechworth jail.
Sure.
Drop it! Get him off me! Get him off me! Help me, you damn fools!
Isaiah Wright, on the charge of illegally using a horse, this bench sentences you to 18 months imprisonment. Edward Kelly, on the charge of receiving a horse, knowing it to be stolen, you are sentenced to 3 years imprisonment with hard labor. Remove the prisoners.
Should be honoured to have young Mr. Kelly in the jug with us. He's the one that put Harry Power in.
I never give Harry Power away. I never give Harry Power away.
Good afternoon. Ma'am? I understand I might be able to get some food here and maybe even a bed for the night.
We're not taking any travellers today. There's a hotel 4 miles on in Greater. You can put up there.
Afraid I can't afford that, miss. Oh, I aim to pay, but I don't have a lot of money.
Well, that's your trouble. We've just buried our sister.
I'm surely sorry to hear that, ma'am. Well, I'll be on the way. My sympathies, ma'am.
Wait. I don't like to turn a traveller from my door. If you'll bear with us, we'll put you up, mister.
King. George King. Where can I put my horse?
I'll show you around the back here.
I've had enough of my own, but you always forget how tiny they are.
A baby foal. The very day it's born. There it is. Skittering around after its maw. But that little girl. Years of work and care for you, Mrs. Kelly.
Poor little mite. She's all we've got of Annie.
Did your daughter see her?
She lived for a day after she gave birth. She was only 18. Where are you from, Mr. King?
California, ma'am. Reckon I'd see me a piece of the world. Now I'm heading for Beechworth. Hear there's still gold to be found there. So, thought I'd try my luck. Can only get better.
That road out there used to be packed with men on their way to the diggings. There's precious few now.
Well, I have to try. Horses and gold, that's about all I know.
Mr. King, I can only offer you food and lodging. But if you want a couple of days' work, there's plenty round here to do.
I'd like that, ma'am. Right well.
Patrick Connolly, to be released. 6 months remission, good conduct. Edward Kelly, to be transferred to Pentridge Prison.
Pity. It's the makings of a good stonemason.
He also has the makings of a damned troublemaker. 18 months in Beechworth hasn't had much effect on him. Let's see what Pentridge can do with him.
Kelly, get your hood on. Salute. If you can't learn to follow regulations, laddie, you'll earn yourself another week in solitary. Now, left, turn. Way, march, left, 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 right, left, 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 left. Halt. About turn. Inside.
Get that confounded thing off your head. Well, boy, and what have you done to yourself all these years? Sit down, sit down. You don't remember me, of course. I'm Father O'Hare, the Catholic chaplain. And don't look at me like that. I know that what right is this old coot to come the Almighty with me, look. Well, I tell you, if you're Edward Kelly, the son of John Kelly of Beveridge, and from the look of you, you are, then I baptized you, and your brothers and your sisters. But your family moved north, and I lost track of them. And so, here I find you a thick-skulled young buck with a grudge against the world. Oh, I know you weren't given a fair go. Every man in Pentridge tells the same story. Now, I'm a loyal subject of Her Majesty, but I hold no reverence for British justice. And I hate to see a good Irish lad breaking his fist and his heart trying to fight the system head on.
What you're telling me, Father, is to knuckle under.
By hell it isn't. I'm telling you that you've got a head on your shoulders and to use it for something better than bashing against stone walls.
What can I do?
Beat them by playing their game. Nothing can undo the sentence you've got. But if you use your brains, boyo, you could be out months early. And then who's laughing?
But how can I do that?
Well, to start with, you can make sure that I never see you wearing that punishment hood again. Now, can you do that much? Or are you just too stupid?
Lord, boy, what are you doing?
I'm soaking my hands in brine.
What on earth for?
It's to harden me fists for fighting. George told me.
I told him he's got to start young if he wants to be as good a fighter as Jack Heenan.
And who might he be?
Why, the Benicia boy himself. John Camel Heenan, the finest prize fighter America ever produced. I reckon he could have stopped a buffalo with one punch or wrestled a grizzly bear.
Oh.
Dan, tell you what I'll do. I'll show you how to lay on a Heenan's hug. There's no hurry, boy. You keep working on them knuckles. We got plenty of time.
Yes. Ah, Ned, me lad. You'll join me in a cup of brew.
Thank you, Father.
Well, lad, you've got your remission. 6 months. With a bit of luck, I might say. Your stonework on the Williamstown Pier was too good by half. They didn't want to let you go.
I done me share. There'll be no stop me now, Father.
And what are you going to do?
Work. Look after my mother and the kids. I mean, I was just playing around before. I got a good mob of horses, and I'll sell most of them. Maybe set up as a builder. Me dad was a good bush carpenter, you know. And now I can use stone as well. Of course, I never give up horses altogether. Don't think I could. But I got my trade.
And tell me, what'll happen the first time you run into your fat friend, Constable Hall?
Father, I'll be so charming, he'll worry himself thin wondering what I'm up to.
That's the way. And getting out of here early is only the beginning. You walk through those gates tomorrow your own man. And you swear to yourself you'll never set foot in here again. If you could do that, Ned, we've got them beaten.
So this is Annie's baby?
No, Ned. It's mine. You've got a brand new sister. Ellen. Oh, and this is George King.
Just like your ma described you. Only bigger.
Oh, he's grown. I can't believe it. Oh, George has been a good friend to us, Ned. Oh, and so much has happened. Maggie's married.
To Bill Skillion.
Who else?
And Jim?
In Beechworth. Lagged for 5 years. Just for helping to sell some stray cattle.
He's only not 15.
Put on a smile, Ned. You're home now. So let's all be happy. More tea, George.
Thanks, Alan.
Ready?
Oh, I'll just finish this and I'll go and see me horses.
They're, not there, Ned.
Well, where are they?
They've been stolen. All except one. We think it was Constable Flood, the new policeman over at Greta.
You having me on?
It's true. We heard he'd sold them to men working on the new line.
And nobody did anything?
There was nothing anybody could do. What do you expect? When the thief was a policeman and they were taken from the Kellys.
I reckon Flood's been waiting to see what you do when you come out. Whatever you want to do, Ned, I'll be right with you.
And me too. Well, if Constable Flood is waiting to see what I do, he can just keep on waiting. You're not going to do anything? Well, not just now.
What do you say about a little festivity tonight to mark the occasion?
I'd say that's a grand idea, Ma.
Good. We'll have everyone along. The Lloyds, the Ryans, the Higgins.
And Maggie.
Oh, of course. Try to keep her away. Just wait till she hears you're home.
Hi, Belle.
Look at you, your little sister all grown up and married.
You look at yourself making out you're a man already.
Ah, you silver-tongued Maggie. Now I know I'm home dishing it out just like Annie did. I used to think of it all the time, being home. Queer little things like Ma sweeping a holler in the dirt outside the door. And a calico breathing up under the tie beams on the windy nights.
And both of us always wanted in the back of the bread loaf.
And the smell of home when you walk through the door, that first moment. It's gone so quick.
Is it all the way you remembered it, Ned?
I suppose so. Some things have changed. Or perhaps I have.
If you don't feel like talking, well...
It's just... so much has changed. Annie's gone. Jim. My horse is stolen.
That's what's troubling you?
And Ma with a baby. And George. I don't know what to make of him, Maggie. Does he really mean to look after Ma and the kids?
I don't know either, Ned. But he's given her some happiness.
Precious little else, I suspect.
There's no money, and she is working hard as ever. But she needs him.
I can see that, Maggie, so...
That's never... Ned! I'm Lloyd! Lloyd, it's good to see you. Cousin Thomas, what's this? It's the sort of beard you'll have when you've been trying for a few more months, eh? Eh?
I can see that certain members of the family have been getting very cheeky since I've been away. Maggie.
That's right. We've been practicing for when you got back.
Oh, you have, haven't you? Too right. All right.
Tom, stop it!
Edward, Tom, bring me cousin back here. Oh, he got you. Take her away. He got you. Come on, boy. Here we go.
I planted some lilies here. But the horses got out and ate them. At least I think it was the horses. Do horses eat lilies?
I don't know, Ma.
I've been meaning to put some more in. But I don't know where time goes to. It only seems a few years ago that Annie was a baby. Poor love. And here I am raising her little girl. And another one of me own. Ned, you've said nothing about the baby. You're worried about it?
No. But I am about George. I mean, is he going to look after you, Ma?
When George first came here, I asked him to stay. A couple of days to do some work, that's all. And I have never said anything or done anything to make him stay one day longer than he wanted to.
Ma, are you saying that George is still on the road and that he's just stopped here for a while?
No. I mean, I don't know.
Ma, the baby.
Ned, how do you think I felt when I knew I was expecting? My first thought was goodbye, George. And I didn't tell him for quite a while. But you see, he did stay.
Look what you've given him. Everything. And what's he willing to give you? Not even his name.
Oh, please, son. Just let things be. Don't spoil it.
Morning, Ned.
George.
You know, you can take it easy now. We're not going to put you on bread and water for sleeping in.
I'd like to get going early.
You know, I felt bad about those horses of yours. But like your ma said, what could anyone do?
That's right.
Seems to me there's plenty of trouble brewing up around here.
Traps. They've always been trouble for us. That's nothing new.
No, it's not just them. It's these big ranchers around here, squatters. They're trying to push us poor farmers right out of the district.
Oh, they've been trying to do that for years. Long before you came here, old Carroll down the road had his fences broken and his crops eaten. And they forced young Hancock and his family off the land for not meeting his debts.
All right. But you think about fighting back.
I think about it. Look, George, Ma's been here since 1867. And ever since then, she's struggled to pay off this land. Now, when she's done that, she can tell the squatters to go to hell. This is her piece of the world. Forever.
You're telling me I've no right to elbow in here?
I suppose that all depends, George. You made Ma very happy. But do you plan to stay here?
Why, sure. If I hadn't, do you think I'd have waited for you to come back home?
But does Ma really know that?
I thought so. We never actually talked about it. You're saying to me, do I plan to marry your mother?
Yes.
Well, I guess I better declare my intentions and see what she says. I've just had a thought, Ned. You're my son now.
Hope you won't mind if I don't call you Dar.
I reckon we're gonna be good friends, Ned. And maybe even partners.
What line of business you have in mind, George?
I know you've got an eye for a good horse, same as me.
Having an eye for a horse is one thing, but having the money to buy it, that's something else.
For what I have in mind, we don't need capital. What say we take a look over the squatters' horse paddocks and cull out what we fancy. Then, when we've got a good-sized mob together, we run them straight up over the border and sell them. It's good for us. And it'll knock those damn squatters down a few notches.
It gives the traps an excuse to keep on kicking the Kellys.
They're gonna do that anyway, you know that.
Oh, I know it. The traps have got us fitted for a prison jacket before they even think of a charge. And the squatters are patting them on the back and lining their pockets with reward money all the way from the courthouse to the club.
Well, at least it won't give the family a bad name.
Listen, mate, if you land in jail, Ma might as well say goodbye to this selection.
If they caught me. But you'd still be here?
I've decided to push off, see a bit of the country, make a few bob.
Well, if that's what you want.
Now, what are you two cooking up over here?
I was just telling George I've decided to push off for a while.
Oh, Neddy. Still, if you've made up your mind.
Yes, Ma. I have. Now the beacon was rushing up in a fiery storm to heaven. The sullen hills were flanked with light, and the valleys chined with shadow. But most of all, the flinging fire leaped into the rocky mouth of the glen below me, where the horsemen passed in silence, scarcely deigning to look around. Heavy men and large of stature, reckless how they bore their guns or how they sat their horses, with leathern jerkins and long boots and iron plates on breast and head.
It's just starting to get interesting.
Well, there you are. I can read it to the girls when I'm away. But take care of it. It's my favorite.
Will you be away long?
I don't know. Depends on what happens. Well, I'm not saying goodbye again.
Now, don't stay away too long.
I can't come back too soon or you say I'm turning up like a bad penny. Goodbye.
Bye, Neddy.
Hey, looky out, the circus has come to town.
That's my young brother and cousin.
Hey, Ned. G'day, Ned.
How'd you be, Tom? Johnny?
What are you doing in Beechworth?
Saturday. We're having a drink.
Fine, we'll have one with you.
I don't want you young bucks stirring up any trouble.
What do you mean, trouble?
Well, the pair of you. You look like first prize in hoopla stall.
The whole mob's wearing this.
What mob?
The Greater Mob.
Oh, the Greater Mob, is it? The heroes of the 15 Mile. Well, in that case... Jack McMonigal, Dan Kelly.
How do?
Tom Lloyd.
Pleased to meet you. You too. Well, gentlemen, here's luck.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This has got a lot of ginger beer in it.
So there should be. How's Ma?
Oh, she took a bit of a weakness. But it turned out she's expecting another baby.
Another one? How's George?
Fine. He's getting a decent mob of horses together.
Is he now? Oh, how do you taste a drink with these things under your noses? You know something, Nipper? You're right. This has got a lot of ginger beer in it.
Man first, dogs last. Ned Kelly, me darling boy.
Cut the blarney, Wild. You should have told me that horse was stolen.
Ned, you don't think for
A
a
most
minute-
remarkable horse, you said. Branded plain as the hands on a town clock. Not one word that you shook it.
I borrowed it, Ned.
Borrowed it?
That's what the court said.
I'll tell you what the court said to me. 3 years hard labor, all because me darling mate Wild Right let me go parading around the countryside like a fat goose before Christmas.
Ned, you're making me angry.
Well, I'll keep right on. Because in a couple of hours, you might just be as angry as I am.
Here, gents, we don't want any trouble here. Want it or not. You want to get it.
Now, come on, gents. Now.
This young lawyer needs to be taught a lesson.
Well, all right, and if we're going to have a scrap here, let's do it proper, eh? Out the back. London prize ring rules. Although no purse for the winner, of course.
That suits me just fine. But don't put yourself to any trouble. 1 or 2 punches, and the whole thing will be over.
What's your name?
Isaiah Wright.
Yours?
Edward Kelly.
Who's picking up for you?
Jack McMonigal here.
Me brother Dummy.
All right, gentlemen. What we have here is a pair of starters for a pugilistic contest. It'll take place out in the backyard at 3 o'clock. So if you care to adjourn there, drinks will be readily available. I'll also make the usual arrangements for any gentleman that wishes to wager a shilling or 2 on the outcome. This way, gents. You should find togs to fit you in this lot. Be some shoes, too. Now, let's just wait a minute, gentlemen. I'm only doing this as a service to me patrons, and unless some of you have enough sport and spirit to put money on Kelly, well, I can't run the book, can I?
Oh. Hey, what do you give me?
I'll be generous, sir. 20 to 1.
I'll lay a quid on Kelly. Jack McMonigal.
Do you reckon Ned's got a chance?
No. Half a crown on Kelly. Tom Lloyd.
A shilling. Thank you, sir.
Afternoon, Mr. Rogers.
Ah, Constable.
And, what have we here?
It's a pugilistic contest, Constable, which you'd agree is preferable to having a brawl in a public bar.
Marquis of Queensberry rules.
No, London prize ring.
Now, Mr. Rogers, you know that's against the law these days.
But there's no purse involved, Constable. This is merely to settle a difference of opinion between two gentlemen.
The gentleman being?
It's, Isaiah Wright and Edward Kelly.
Ned Kelly. That's the flash young beggar that had the run-in with Hall. Seems he still needs the shine taken out of him. That'll be all right, Mr. Rogers. I think we'll stay around and enjoy the fun.
Right, gents. Time for set two. All right, there will be no gouging, kicking, biting, or butting, gents. A round will continue until one of you is knocked down or thrown a man on his knees to be considered down. A period of 30 seconds will be allowed to elapse after a fall, plus another 8 seconds to come up to scratch. No man is to hit his opponent when he is down, nor seize him by the hair, the breeches, or any part below the waist. Go to your corners! And may the best man throw the scratch!
And don't let him get hold of you.
I know. Don't let him buck me.
You're doing all right, but don't get too confident now.
That's one thing you don't have to worry about.
Stop counting. I bit.